but I don't like silk because I don't like the taste of silk. Many people like silk, but I use West soy, unsweetened.
Well, you're married, I know. How does your husband? Does he follow your regimen, or?
Oh, he's wonderful.
Is he really?
A matter of fact, one of the recipes in there is his recipe. It's called bread. Because I have at the end of the book, I have 10 recipes just to give people an idea of you know, what I'm talking about when I talk about healthy eating. The recipe in there is called Brad's Taco Salad.
Okay,
it's
go ahead and tell me,
wonderful.
because our viewers don't have the book yet.
It has sodium-free sauce, tomato sauce, fat-free Catalina dressing. Instead of ground beef, we're using ground turkey. And we have the beans, the red beans. I try to find the beans that are lowest in sodium that I could find. So as you can see, everything in there is either low sodium or no sodium, or low fat or no fat.
Do you do all the preparation of the food in your house, or does your husband help you?
He does the taco salad.
He does
That's
the taco salad?
His expertise.
That's his expertise. You probably never cook hamburgers, do you?
No.
No. Hot dogs?
No.
No. Okay. What about grilled chicken?
I roast chicken.
I love chicken.
I bake chicken, I roast chicken, I broil chicken. And it's very tasty. They're all very tasty.
It's all very good. It's with the seasonings that you put on it.
Exactly. There's a recipe in there also that is a dessert, and it is sorbet.
Why don't you get your book and go to the page and tell my viewers about that dessert.
Dessert?
Yes, dessert.
It's sorbet.
Oh, that's good. That's very
it's,
good.
A layer of fruit, and the fruit could be strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. It is yogurt. So you layer them. You put one layer, a little bit of sorbet. Then you put some fruit. Then you put yogurt. And then you put some fruit.
Good.
It's very refreshing.
You don't put it over graham crackers or anything like that?
Oh, no. And very, very refreshing, very tasty, and very nutritious for you. Strawberry surprise. That's
Strawberry surprise?
Yes.
Okay. What page?
Page 81.
Okay. Go ahead. Start reading it for my viewers.
Okay. For this strawberry surprise, which I learned about when we were visiting Reading, England, but I just changed it a little bit to make it my own. About 6 to 8, or any amount of strawberries you would like. 2 scoops of strawberry sorbet. 2 tablespoons, or because the recipe calls for 1 container of fat-free strawberry yogurt, but you layer it, so you can put about 2 tablespoons of yogurt, then some more strawberries, and then some more yogurt again, or some more sorbet again. You could interchange as you want to make it your own. And you can use strawberries, you can use blackberries, or you can use raspberries.
Peaches?
You can use peaches if you want to.
But they've got to be fresh, because it's better in the can than all this.
And
all of the syrup, I see.
Definitely fresh. It's much better for you. You get the real vitamins and minerals if it is fresh. So definitely
I like these salads in here. I'm a salad nut. My sister will tell you, I would rather have salad than anything.
Well, the Brad's taco salad is so tasty.
Okay.
It's very tasty. And we talk about it already.
Vegetable fried rice.
Vegetable fried rice.
Broiled chicken.
Broiled chicken, yes. And this broiled chicken, I talk about how you prepare the chicken before you do it, how you marinate it, because it tastes.
What do you marinate it in?
Just before you do anything, you put lemon and salt on it for maybe a couple of hours, and then rinse that off, and then you marinate the chicken with seasoning, salt, onion powder, garlic powder, fresh garlic crushed, a little black or white pepper, and parsley flakes, and chopped onion.
That's all fresh, good for you.
Put it in the fridge for like 6 hours, 8 hours overnight, whatever.
Really?
The longer the better, because it seeps in. And then you get it ready and you bake it.
You bake it. So I'm sure your husband likes what you cook.
Yes, he does.
Let's get back a moment. I want to talk a few minutes about heart disease. I know quite a few people who have that. And if you're overweight, when you lie down, the fat goes up around the heart, doesn't it?
Well, the fat is there anyway.
Right, but you...
But you're putting, but the more body mass you have, you're, any cramped position you're in, you're pushing, you know, you're putting pressure on your diaphragm, and you're impeding your respirations and putting pressure on all the organs around your chest. So that becomes a problem. And you will notice that people that are overweight, if they go up like 1 or 2 steps, they're out of breath.
That's exactly right.
And that's because of the weight and the pressure you're putting on your lungs and your heart.
And it can also cause knee problems, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. People have knee problems so badly that sometimes they have problems falling, and because your balance is off. So you're falling, and by falling you're injuring yourself, but you might have a fractured leg, or you might have fractured hip, and then you have to have a hip replacement, and then you become immobile for a while. And once you're immobile and especially if you're immobile and you're overweight, you run the risk of pulmonary embolism, which is a blood clot going to your lungs. You can have a stroke.
Heart disease too.
You have heart disease. Well, heart disease because your heart is so stressed that it is not pushing the blood properly through the other parts of your body. So it becomes, the blood backs up, and you have and because of the stress from the heart, you end up with heart disease. Yes.
Because I see quite a few people in the stores that are writing in those little things that they write around the store because they can't walk. And I've heard, I can't say any names, but after going up only 3 steps.
Oh yes. Yeah, and you'll see that common all the time. That's why it is so important for people to just take a step back and think about how much they're eating. And you know, if you really think about it, if a lot of us are obese, if we really think about it, we'll realize that there are many conditions that are caused by obesity. If you're not obese, such as heart disease, hypertension, uncontrolled diabetes, falls, strokes. If you're not sick because of overeating or unhealthy eating, you're not utilizing healthcare resources. Healthcare cost goes down because you're not utilizing the services, and we won't have to worry as much about healthcare structure changing because we're not utilizing the services because we're not sick. And I'm not saying that we won't get sick anyway. This is life, and we will get sick. But if we could avoid conditions because of the way we live, we wouldn't have to deal with those conditions.
Smoking and drinking and alcohol is another one. I have so many people who ask me to do a show on that. I need someone to really want to come and talk about what they're doing. I know hundreds of people, I really, really do, who do this. So I guess it's all just correlated together.
Well, I don't talk. I mentioned in my book a little bit about smoking, but I mentioned also alcohol because alcohol is a fluid. Whether you like it or not, it's a liquid. And I just mentioned a little bit about that the effects that it can cause. It can cause havoc on a person and a person's family. So I just mentioned that even though I want people to drink more fluids, especially water, realizing that alcohol is also a fluid, I don't want you to be drinking.
And sodas are a fluid as well.
A lot of alcohol because because I'm not advocating that at all. So I just mentioned that briefly in the book because I said, remember, this is a fluid, this is a liquid, but this is not something that you want to drink. If you're a drinker, you need to cut back, and if you're not a drinker, there's no reason to start now. So I just mentioned that briefly.
I have a friend who will take a water pill and drop like 5 pounds in 24 hours. That's a lot of sodium in your body.
Well, is this water pill, was this her doctor?
Her doctor gave it to her.
Okay. Well, sometimes people do lose, well, water pills, which are called diuretics.
That's right, diuretics.
That's supposed to help you lose fluids. So, because sometimes your body retains fluids, and actually, if many people who are hypertensive, who have high blood pressure, they have to be on diuretics to help get rid of the sodium from their bodies. So because water attracts sodium, and because of that, people get edema of the feet, which is fluid under the tissues, and
can't you put your finger on your flesh and you see a fingerprint?
Yes, that's called pitting edema.
Then you know that you have something.
Right. So, and that means also that your heart is not working properly.
Oh.
So whenever somebody gets, you know, somebody's on a diuretic and they lose fluids, that is necessary. But there's one thing I must say though. If the doctor monitors you closely, because if you're losing, you can lose too many fluids as well. You don't want to become dehydrated, because that's another issue. So it is really necessary for doctors to monitor patients who are losing too much fluid.
I can notice with my own body if I should have Chinese food. That's a no-no.
Well,
for me, I'm not advocating for the whole world. Just for me, I can tell the difference in my fingers and in my
some
ankles.
People can.
Right away.
Some people can. Yes, some people can. But Chinese food is not the only food that's high in sodium. There are many foods that are high in sodium, and it is so
give me an example.
Many foods are high in sodium. You don't. That's what I'm trying to say. There are many foods. You go out and have a meal, and there's hidden sodium in there. You really don't know. You know, you really don't know how much sodium is in a meal that you eat anywhere.
Exactly.
So that's why, if you really want to be 100% sure of the amount that you're eating, it's best to eat at home, something you actually prepare. But you can't go out and tell somebody eat at home all the time, because we don't eat at home all the time.
No, we can't.
You know, we are so busy, and we like to have a meal out sometimes rather than prepare it ourselves, just to break the monotony of rushing and cooking, especially women.
Exactly.
That, you know, you're going to go out and eat every once in a while. You just have to realize that it's not something you want to do every day or several days a week, for that matter.
But when you go out to eat now, let's just stop for a moment. You should look on the menu. If someone wants a rare steak versus chicken or salad, that's hard, you know, because I know my husband's a steak eater, and I get so mad at him for doing that, because I am happy with just a salad. Truly am. Lemon juice and vinegar and oil.
I wouldn't advocate rare steak. That's up to the person.
Yeah.
But if there are many steak lovers out there, and you can eat steak, but it's just that how often you eat it.
Do it.
You know, I'm not saying. I would tell you that it's really bad for someone to go out there and eat steak every day. But if you eat steak every once in a while, I imagine that's okay, because with red meat you're still getting vitamin B12 and you're still getting vitamins. So if you want to do that every once in a while.
What about grilled chicken? I love grilled chicken.
Grilled chicken is very good for you, but I'll tell you something.
Go ahead.
It is really good to remove the skin and excess fat from chicken, rather than just, because if you grill chicken with the skin, I mean, it's better than frying, but at the same time, you're still consuming the skin and the fat. And chicken has a lot of fat, whether you realize it or not. So if you remove a lot of that fat, like if you buy chicken breast, you need to remove the skin and the fat, and I mentioned that in the book as well. And it's healthier for you to remove the skin and the fat.
Well, I haven't read the book, but I'm looking forward to it, and I'm really happy you could come with me today. You know, our time is up.
Wow.
I told you.
That time went really fast. Thank you.
I want to thank you for coming, and I want to tell all my viewers, please look for this book. If you don't want to take easy cooking, just go try it. It's not going to hurt you, and it may save your life. I want to thank everybody for watching. Until next time.
Talk about it. You know, life has its ups and downs. Turn your pretty face to an ugly frown.